Stealth builds are one of the most common builds in Bethesda games. Everyone has tried one at some point as they are usually very powerful and fun builds to use. So in this video, I will be showing you a very overpowered stealth build that you can easily put together in Fallout 4. But before we get into it, if you enjoy this video and want to see more Fallout videos just like this one, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I cover every Fallout game and the Fallout TV show on this channel, and you can also click the link in the pinned comment below to join my Fallout Discord server, where you can find other people to discuss the Fallout games and the TV show with. But now let's dive into this stealth build. So let's start with the required special stats for this build. Strength will increase your melee damage and carry weight. This build will use both melee weapons and guns, but strength won't be as important, so we'll only want to put 3 points into strength. Perception will be the stat that will increase your accuracy in VATS. This will be important for this build, so we'll bring our perception up to 8. Endurance will increase our max health and reduce the AP cost of sprinting. This won't really matter to us, so we'll leave endurance at 1. Charisma will mainly be used for talking to NPCs and bartering. This doesn't affect our build, but there are some important perks within the charisma tree that we'll need, so we'll bring our charisma up to 3. Intelligence will increase the amount of experience that you gain and make hacking easier. This stat will actually be more important later on, so we'll start with 3 points in intelligence and level it up a little bit later in the game. Agility is one of the most important stats for this build because it increases our ability to sneak and increases our AP. So for this build, we'll bring our agility up to 7. And finally, luck will help us recharge our crits and VATS. That's not super important, but it's nice to have, and there are some perks in the luck tree that we want. So we'll put our last 3 points into luck. So you'll end up with 3 strength, 8 perception, 1 endurance, 3 charisma, 3 intelligence, 7 agility, and 3 luck. Once you have your special stats set, you can then start the game, but your first stop should be at your old house to grab the Your Special book that is hidden under the dresser in Sean's room. This book will let you put 1 free point into any special stat. I would recommend putting that into agility to increase your sneaking abilities, or intelligence to save a perk point later. There will also be a Grognak magazine on the kitchen counter. This magazine will make your critical hits when using melee weapons do 5% more damage. Like I said earlier, this build will have a melee weapon in it, so it's nice to grab this right away. But now let's talk about the build and the perks that are required for this build. Fallout 4 doesn't have a level cap, so technically you could unlock every single perk in the game, and that would make you very powerful, but it would take a very long time. So for this build, I'm going to go over where you should put your perk points for the first 50 levels of the game, which means that you'll have this build completed by the time you reach level 50. On the first row of perks under perception, you'll want to put 1 point into pickpocket. This will make pickpocketing 25% easier. This isn't mandatory, but with a stealth build, pickpocketing will become much easier anyways. So this will make it even easier than that, and it will give you an alternate way to approach quests and enemies. In the second row of perks, we'll want to put 5 points into the Rifleman perk. The Rifleman perk will make your non-automatic rifles do double damage, ignore 30% of your target's armor, and you'll have a higher chance to cripple the limbs of the enemies that you shoot. The primary weapon for this build will be a non-automatic rifle, so this is a must-have perk. Next, we'll put 3 points into the Medic perk. This will make stim packs restore 80% of lost health, and Radaway will remove 80% radiation. This will boost your survivability while also making you use less stim packs and Radaway, so you won't have to carry as many of those items. The next perk will be the Armorer perk, and we'll want to put 3 points into this to be able to access the armor mods that we'll need for this build. After that, we have the Lone Wanderer perk. With 3 points in this perk, you'll take 30% less damage, gain 100 pounds of extra carry weight, and do 25% more damage when you don't have a companion with you. Because of this strong perk, we will not be using a normal companion for this build. Instead, we'll be using Dogmeat, who does not count as a companion, but he will still help you in combat and carry items for you. Next up, we have the Gun Nut perk, and just like the Armorer perk, putting 4 points into this perk will give us access to all of the normal gun mods that we'll need for our weapons. After that is the Sneak perk, and we'll need to put 5 points into this perk. This will make us not set off traps and landmines when we get close to them. It will also make us 50% harder to detect while sneaking, running will no longer affect stealth, and it gives us the ability to go invisible when we enter sneak mode. This will help us escape from enemies that are chasing us and reposition ourselves. Next, we will put 4 points into the Bloody Mess perk. This will make us do 15% more damage in combat, and it will also give you a chance to make enemies that you shoot instantly die and explode. And with the 4th point in this perk, if an enemy explodes, it can make other nearby enemies explode at the same time, which can make one shot kill multiple enemies. The next perk is Locksmith. This will be a utility perk that will let you lockpick doors and chests, and it fits really well into stealth builds. Put 3 points into this perk, and then you can drop a 4th perk point into it later after you finish this build. Next up, we have the Mr. Sandman perk. Putting 3 points into this perk will allow you to instantly kill sleeping targets, and your silenced weapons will do 50% more sneak attack damage. Putting 2 points into the Action Boy perk will make us regenerate action points 50% faster. This will help us in VATS and when sprinting. After that, we will need to put 3 additional points into Intelligence, or 2 if you use the Your Special book to increase your intelligence by 1. This will then let us put 4 points into the Science perk to let us build high-tech weapon and armor mods. This will help us make the best gear possible. Next up is the Ninja perk. 3 points in this perk will make our ranged weapons do 3.5 times more sneak attack damage, and our melee weapons will do 10 times more sneak attack damage. And finally, we have the Sniper perk, where we will need to put 3 points. This will let us hold our breath longer while aiming through scopes, give us a chance to knock down enemies that we shoot with non-automatic scoped rifles, and we will gain 25% accuracy when aiming for the head in VATS. And those are all of the perks that you'll need for this build. And this is where you'll need to put your skill points as you're leveling up to level 50. And then after level 50, you can throw your points into any perk that you want, or use them to increase your special stats. For this build, we'll need 3 weapons. Our primary weapon will be a non-automatic scoped and suppressed rifle. Our backup will be a suppressed pistol, and we will always have a melee weapon on us to use it if we run low on ammo, or to do quick high damage dealing stealth attacks. During the first 10 minutes of the game, you can get a weapon for each of these slots pretty easily. First, go to Concord and then look for this row of 3 houses to the north-ish of Concord that will overlook the town. And then on this orange barbecue, you'll find a combat knife that you can use as your melee weapon. And then head into Concord and look for the museum. While standing outside of the museum and looking at it, run down the road to your left. And on the top floor of the last house on the right, you'll find a scoped pipe sniper rifle. And then you can make your way to the Drumlin Diner and kill the 2 raiders outside of the diner to side with Trudy, who will then turn into a vendor, and she will be selling a suppressed pipe pistol for about 300 caps, which will be the first suppressed weapon that you'll find in the game. And now you'll have 1 of each of the 3 required weapon types that you can start your build with, and then you can upgrade it as you go. But the main 3 weapons that we actually want for this build are unique named legendary weapons that can also be obtained easily very early on. First, we'll need to get 3 fusion cores. You will find one of them in the Mole Rat Cave that is under the Red Rocket gas station near Sanctuary, where you meet Dogmeat. The second one will be in the sewers under Concord, which you can access by going into the hole that the Deathclaw comes out of. And the third fusion core will be found in the storage room of the Starlight Drive-In. Once you have the 3 fusion cores, you can take them to Vault 81 and trade them for access to the vault. And then just talk to the vendor Alexis in Vault 81 to purchase the Overseer's Guardian Rifle. This is a very strong weapon, and the perk on it will make it fire 2 rounds every time you pull the trigger, which will double the damage output of the weapon. Next, we need to go to the Old North Church and join the Railroad faction. The first quest for this faction is called Tradescraft, and for completing this quest, you will be given the legendary Deliverer pistol. This is a very strong pistol, and the legendary perk on it will increase your chances to hit in VATS, and make shots in VATS cost 25% less AP. And finally, we'll go over to Pickman's Gallery, which will be right beside the Old North Church. When you get here, kill all of the raiders and save Pickman, who will be in the tunnels under the gallery. And then Pickman will give you a key to the safe in the first room of the gallery, and inside of that safe you'll find the legendary Pickmans Blade. This is a great melee weapon with a fast attack speed, and the perk on it will make it cause enemies that you hit with it to bleed, dealing 25 damage over time. But it will also come with a stealth blade on it that will increase the damage it does when doing sneak attacks. And those are the main 3 weapons that you'll need for this build. Now you'll be free to upgrade them as you want. You won't really have much to do with Pickman's Blade, so I wouldn't worry about that one. But for the Overseer's Guardian and the Deliverer, you need to make sure that they have suppressors on them for the Mr. Sandman perk and the other stealth perks that we picked. And you'll want to mod them with anything that will increase their range, damage, and accuracy. For example, you can put the 308 powerful receiver on the Overseer's Guardian to give it the most possible damage per shot. And the Sharpshooter's Grip will make the Deliverer more accurate in VATS and reduce its recoil. When it comes to armor, you can use either normal armor or unique legendary armor. It's all up to you and what you can get your hands on, but we will not be using power armor for this build. The only important part of the armor is the mods on it. The mods that we want for this build are the Shadowed, Sleek, and Muffled mods. Shadowed will improve our stealth in dark areas. Sleek will increase our movement speed while sneaking, and Muffled will make us harder to detect while moving. Shadowed will go on your helmet and chest, your arms will take Shadowed and Muffled, and your legs will take Sleek and Muffled. And that's basically everything that you'll need for this stealth build. It's actually really easy to put this build together, and it's a very strong build that you can use for the entire game. But there's also a lot of flexibility within this build, so you can swap weapons out as you go. For example, you could swap the Overseer's Guardian for a Gauss rifle later on, and it will do even more damage. But you can just tweak things to your playstyle as you go. I hope you enjoy this build, but if you want to see more build videos just like this one, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and thank you for watching.